Good morning, YouTubers. It is I, Mike Martins. Thanks for joining me for Morning Coffee with Mike. Where's my coffee? Let me go grab my coffee for you guys. See, this is unedited, unscripted, whatever. But there's something I've been planning to say to you guys, or something of importance I need to share with you guys, okay? And there's my coffee right there. Doing time. Jail, prison. Who does time anymore? Who is actually being punished for committing crimes nowadays? I asked that openly because I heard it from the horse's mouth. Somebody in town, business owner in town, their business was broken into over the summer of last year, 2019, and basically they just didn't. It wasn't your traditional break the door down and go and rob and take what you can. It was holiday weekend, closed on holiday, and cut a hole in the back of the store with machines and stuff, and back up a few trucks and clean them out type of robbery. I looked for it in the papers here in town, just no word of it, no mention of it. And it's kind of bizarre, it's almost like the media is scared to report on this, because I think what it is people won't get justice. Back in the day, this person, this murderer, or this person, or this arsonist was finally found, and now he's being put in jail, and people are watching closely to see what the judges, nowadays in Canada, I know in Canada, I don't know, in the U.S., in some states, they're still pretty tough when it comes to law and order. But in Canada, they want to avoid reporting on that kind of stuff as much as possible, in my opinion, because then a lot of people don't, unless you're conservative, then conservative this, or this guy tweeted this guy said this. That's news nowadays. That's what the news is. Buddy tweeted this about this, and he's the bad guy, and blah, blah, blah. That's today's news. And today's news, I've realized, is they're taking opinion and calling it fact. Right? Like that idiot from the meat company. There's that idiot there that was posting that they were blaming the president of the United States of the plane that was shot down, that it was his fault. And then now they look back at it and say, yeah, I was wrong. You get what I'm saying here? So they're always quick to report when it's down to bring down whether it's like even in the Roman Catholicism. I'm Roman Catholic. And people are like, oh my God, look what your religion did. You know what? There's bad in everything. There's bad in government. There's bad in commerce. There's bad in retail. There's bad in the airlines. There's bad in travel. There's bad in everything. But they want to nitpick specific things to dissuade people. Right? So here's the deal. These guys break into this place, this business. They steal about 70 large in goods. There's a guy in town that burned 2 churches down. They know who it is. They know who the guys are that broke in because they saw them on camera. They're on camera for 40 minutes robbing the place when they broke in here. Right? The guy that last year or the year before, it was last year, that burnt 2 churches down, or burnt one church to the ground and committed arson on another one to burn it down. They know who he is, and it's like, just don't do it again, okay? What the hell? Seriously? Now, the guys that broke in, just don't do it. They got a good talking to. They won't be doing it again. Are you serious? If I was the insurance company and I insured that business, wait a second. You're trying to tell me that these guys broke in, did what they wanted to do, and they got a good talking to. Now the insurance company has to actually put money, like my insurance company, for example, like would have to put money out, and they know that there's no justice and there's no, what? They're just going to go do it to another place. Anyways. Now I got a flyer. It's up there. I put it up on the window. 2 of them, actually. About the break-ins here in town. The break-ins not in the... Well, there's home break-ins, but... Depends what home they break into, right? It depends what, surveillance systems and stuff. I got my surveillance system. We are now, with surveillance systems, we are now the criminals. We are considered now because we have to bar ourselves in our own homes. Right? You see what I'm saying? So now with the car break-ins, window break-ins, I see a guy like every 2 to 3 days, the same guy checking the doors on the cars. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm just making sure people lock their doors, and if they're not locked, I lock it for them. Yeah, right. And the guy's going around trying to sell stuff in town, like stuff he found. Do people do time anymore, guys? Really? Like, really? Like, I mean, is it only specific people do time to show more on the conservative? I see it's them picking more on the conservative. You know what I'm saying? Like here in town, there's a guy that's been harassing me since I opened my business. It's similar to his, and it's been an absolute nightmare. Fake YouTube accounts, fake Google Maps accounts, fake Facebook accounts, cease and desist, all kinds of garbage. Getting the finger every time he sees me or my wife. It's disgusting. And I go to the police and ask them, what's going on with this? What can you do about this? Oh, he's just forming an opinion. So if it gets done to somebody else, does it matter more? Does the opinion change, or do their look on the matter change? That's the question. We have it on camera like 7 times. So, I mean, if they don't want to believe it, then I don't know what more to say. You know what I'm saying? So, it's forming an opinion. That's phenomenal. Getting threatened and stuff is forming an opinion. But, again, anyways, do people do time? That's my question. I don't want to complicate things. Here's a link right now so you can watch the Merit Harassment series if you guys want to see what happened. An entire series, lots of parts. And the amount of threatening phone calls I get here. I had to disconnect my phone last week because all of the amount of voice changing applications people using to call. But I left an IP address and they left a huge breadcrumb, according to Magic Jack. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. I would really appreciate your feedback on this. Do people do time? And what are we paying taxes for? If the federal police are like, what's the point if they're not keeping the place safe? Let me know. Comment below.